Hi Libra, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is October 25th, 2019. This is an end of the month love reading for the sign of Libra. It is a general love reading, so it can pertain to any kind of relationship, romantic or otherwise, situations and circumstances that you're dealing with. Be flexible with the energy. You can interchange the roles within the reading. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns I use. And it can also feel like I'm reading directly to you, or you can feel like you're watching for somebody else. So take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. Libra, I'm going to get started. I have pre-shuffled my deck, so one more shuffle. And we'll see what's up with you today. General love reading for Libra, end of the month of October. Here we go. Underlying energy, Libra, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Ten of Wands in reverse. Star, paired with the Page of Swords. Nine of Pentacles, paired with the Hierophant. Judgment in reverse, with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I feel, Libra, that you're dealing with something that's been going on for a while, something that has not been resolved, something that you want to relieve yourself of, starting to feel, or probably have been feeling, that this is a burden for you, that you can't let it go. You have been unable to walk away from this, and it just keeps going. Maybe you feel like you're getting to, maybe you felt in the past that you've gotten to a point where you could have walked away from it or seen an ending, but then things start up again. That's what I'm getting off of your underlying energy. This is a very defeating feeling like you're starting over with the same old shit. You want to relieve yourself of this, but you haven't been able to. I feel like you're hopeful that there will be some news, some information, or maybe some clarification coming your way, or you may have hoped for that in the past, that you would gain some understanding of what was going on so that you could move toward a reconciliation, a conclusion, whatever that looks like to you. But you do want to feel confident before you relieve yourself of this burden, maybe feeling like you need, like I said, some information or a message coming in from somebody or in some manner, because you don't want to make a bad decision that will result in unhappiness or not obtaining what you feel like you have the potential to obtain, which would be a Ten of Cups in the upright position, which I feel is what you're working toward or hoping for. Let's see what else we get. Clarifying the Ten of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles. And Two of Wands in reverse, clarifying the Ten of Wands in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse, Strength. Ace of Wands in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse again, clarifying the Hierophant. Chariot and the Nine of Cups, or Nine of Pentacles again, in the upright position. Okay, so something has that you thought would potentially bring you great joy and happiness and fulfillment has actually resulted in the opposite. But I get the feeling that you have an understanding that it wasn't meant to be, that you're okay with a conclusion that you've come to, that this is a missed opportunity that wasn't meant to be. working toward this, whether it's a relationship or an opportunity or, you know, a move or moving toward making a change in your life in some way, has resulted in growth for you. You've learned a lot from this. You've gained a lot from it, even though it's been frustrating for you and you feel like to a certain extent you really haven't gotten anywhere with it, and that you have made a decision that it is probably time to relieve yourself of whatever this is for you. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse on the table. I feel like this is your energy, not Virgo, sorry, I just did Virgo's reading, Libra. That you're not talking about hope for this situation, this relationship, this opportunity, whatever this is for you. You're not talking about this being a hopeful situation anymore. And I do feel too that that's sending a message, a strong message to those around you or those that are involved in the situation with you, that you may be on the cusp of giving up or just releasing this, letting this go, because it's not resulting in happiness for you. And you're pretty certain that no matter what you do, that it's not going to ultimately result in happiness or fulfillment for you. I think you've come to that conclusion. You may have been fighting for this for a while, whether it's a relationship, new job, maybe you're moving to a new state, or you've decided to embark on an adventure, or you've been working towards some kind of new opportunity. I think you've decided that this isn't the right direction to go anymore, that maybe working towards this did result in you gaining some wisdom, but at the same time you've also realized it's not right for you. Four of Cups. Realize that this isn't right. This starting over again is just not going to work. That it is justified to let this go. This is clarifying the Ten of Wands. You now have accepted that this is just, it's okay to just relieve yourself of this. This may have been a new opportunity, a new financial endeavor. King of Swords came out. Okay, this might pertain to a relationship. Could also pertain to a new opportunity, like I said, with a new job or a work situation. But you're not talking about hope in regards to this opportunity anymore. That it, maybe talking about or giving energy to it, has it made it more significant in your life, or really you're ready to let this go? You may have talked to some people or someone that you're close to or someone that you trust to give you straight answers, someone that you rely on to help you, clear your head when you're trying to make sense of things. This King of Swords could be someone you've spoken to about the situation and they've helped you gain some clarity that this is an opportunity. Maybe you should go ahead and just let it slip through your hands. That it hasn't moved forward because it's not the right thing, and that it's not going to lead to happiness for you. There has been stagnation or no movement forward because it wasn't the right thing. That would result in happiness. In fact, quite the opposite, that it would result in discontentment, dissatisfaction, unhappiness. And at this point in time, you don't want to move forward with another bad decision because you've gained a lot of, I feel like this is your energy too, Libra, this Empress. You've gained a lot of spiritual growth through this experience, pursuing this endeavor, this relationship, this opportunity, whatever it was. And making the wrong decision moving forward is just going to result again in the Ten of Cups in reverse, which is in this set of cards as well. And heartbreak that you will have to heal from. And this could be a relationship, Three of Swords in reverse. It could have been a relationship. We do have the Page of Cups out here, although I'm not, it doesn't feel romantic. If it was a relationship, it could have been a work relationship, a partnership in a new project or something you were doing in your job. Let's get some more cards out here for you, Libra, and see what else we can come up with. There is, in your underlying energy, the sense of justice with letting this go and making a definitive decision. It may not ultimately feel like what you were working toward or what other people around you thought you were working toward, but you've stopped talking about having hope for this. And I think that's sending a strong message that you are pursuing other things, or that you feel strongly that this, it's time to let this go. Let's see what else we got. Oh shit, see, when I drop cards I have to reshuffle, sorry. Libra, I gotta do it. Okay, let's try that again without dropping the cards. Okay, Tower, clarifying Knight of Pentacles. So whatever this was for you, Libra, it did result in significant growth for you, setting you straight, putting you on the right path. Whether this felt like a failure or not, it put you on the right path. But I do feel like you finally realized that this is not right for you, that maybe you were lying to yourself about the situation or kind of fooling yourself into thinking this is what you wanted or this is what you were hoping for. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse this time, clarifying your energy. You just may feel you were mistaken about this, that this wasn't right for you. It was a misstep. You got off your path for a little while. And I do believe you've grieved this, that you do want to move on, that you know this is not ultimately what you wanted. Three of Wands in reverse, clarifying the Ten of Cups. Your ships did not come in, whatever you were pursuing, and that letting this go or leaving this behind once and for all will ultimately set you free so that you can have a new beginning elsewhere, whether this means a new relationship, new love, new desires to try something different, pursue different goals. Whatever this was that you let go was something I feel like you were working towards for a long period of time. And again, it was not all for naught, because ultimately, we have the Chariot out here. It wasn't a bad decision because ultimately it moved you forward in your own life. It turned you into an Empress, Libra. I mean, that's pretty solid energy, and all because of bad decisions, because of decisions that you had to second guess yourself. Did I make the right decision? Was I moving in the right direction? No, you weren't. But look what it did for you. It moved you in the right direction, even though ultimately whatever you were working toward was not right for you. I hope that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Let's face it, Libra, we live this life in order to have relationships, make decisions, experience life, this and that, and everybody on the face of this planet can look back in their history and say, I really worked hard to obtain that, or I really worked hard within that relationship, and it ultimately ended up being a failed endeavor. Was it all a waste of time or a waste of energy? No, ultimately it wasn't, because what did you gain out of it? Intense wisdom, spiritual growth, a clarity in what you really want. It set you right in your path. You made a detour for a little while and realized, oh shit, I'm on the wrong path, or I made a detour when I wasn't supposed to, and you set yourself straight because now you're willing to let this go and get back onto your path. That's what I'm picking up for you, Libra. It's actually a really nice reading. You're ready to manifest what's meant to be in your life at this point in time. That whatever this was that you were pursuing was resulting in a dead end for you. There's the Empress again, showing up in the same set of cards. So now all of a sudden we've got the Queen of Wands, Empress again, and then the King of Cups. Okay, so let me look at this for a minute. Let me start off with the energy that's easy for me to read, which is repeats. Repeats of the yin yang. So these decisions for you, Libra, check this out. Don't you just love this when you get repeats like that? I do. I get off on this shit. This is exciting for me. I mean, let's face it, right? I have been doing tarot for about a year. I'm pretty new to it still. I consider myself a novice still. When I get combinations like this in readings, I just go ape shit nuts because I'm like, look at this shit. Oh my God. I mean, how much clearer can this be? You've made wrong mistakes. You've made bad decisions, Libra, but where did it lead you? Where did it take you? It took you on a journey where you realized who you were, what you wanted. You realized your worth, your value, what you were meant to have in life, what you were meant to pursue, what you're capable of, Libra. I mean, my gosh. This could have had something to do with a relationship that just didn't work out for you. We have the King of Cups here, clarifying this set of cards with the Empress energy. So there may have been some heartache surrounding a relationship with somebody that was significant to you. And you made some decisions on how you feel about this person, whether they're still in your life or not. Whatever you were pursuing at one time was wrong and was resulting in heartbreak and unhappiness. So whether this is somebody that you brought back into your life or somebody that you were working on a relationship with, whatever you were doing in the past wasn't working, you realize that, you're deciding to let go of this burden that wasn't helping you move forward. And again, if it's in a established relationship already, you're making moves to make things right. Making decisions that are going to be right for you and the people that surround you. This Queen of Wands may have been a friend, family member, colleague, former partner of yours, current partner, somebody in your life. This is somebody who's social, who's a go-getter, who has leadership qualities, who could be very attractive, flirtatious, likes to mingle. You know, this could be a friend who presented this opportunity to you and gave you some hope regarding it. And you said, hey, yeah, that sounds really great. Maybe it was something that you were working on with this person, but have since realized that it isn't right for you, that it took you off your path, that it was a misstep. It was a false start. It wasn't going anywhere because it wasn't meant to go anywhere. And so you've now let that go. I don't know that you have spoken to this person or given them this information on how you might be working on doing that. Putting together the words, the thoughts in your head to approach this person and let them know how you feel now about the situation, how you've changed your mind, or need to pursue something different. Because you still have passion, you still want to... My neighbors are being loud, sorry. Close me a little bit. This King of Swords, whoever this is to you, helped you see what was going wrong, helped you see that your grief, sorrow, your heartache, your poor decisions that were resulting in things just not working out, things slipping through your fingers, grief, feeling like you were losing rather than winning. This person helped you see that, helped you gain some clarity and a sense of security in knowing that Maybe it wasn't all your fault. You know, maybe that you made some wrong decisions, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That ultimately some of your bad decisions led to victory, led to success. 6 of Wands. Because you saw that this situation or this relationship wasn't right for you. I do feel that because you had this lack of clarity in why things weren't moving forward, you just kept trying. You kept starting over. Okay, well, this didn't work. Let's try it this way. Or I may have made a bad decision here, so let's think of it in another way. Or, you know, you kept starting over. You kept trying new things, different things, tweaking things, fixing things, and then starting again. I just get that feeling this is something that you really put a lot of effort into, and ultimately it just didn't work out. And maybe you were feeling like a failure. Maybe you were feeling like, shit, I really wasted a lot of time on this. I look like a fool now. But this King of Swords has made you realize, you know, you're not a fool at all for doing this. You ultimately grew as a person, spiritually grew. You have a clearer understanding of who you are, your value, your worth, especially when it comes to relationships. You know, an appreciation for yourself is what you gained, Libra, and that's pretty fantastic. This King of Cups could have been a romantic partner of yours, or someone that you loved, that you were moving toward, that you thought you wanted in your life, that you've changed your mind about. I'm not getting a lot of information on this King of Cups. Again, it could be just someone who was involved in this situation or a relationship that you decided not to pursue. I'm getting more new opportunities like in work or projects, that kind of thing, more than romance. But this very well could have been a relationship that you were dealing with. There were certainly other people involved, at least 2 or 3 other people. I have the King of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the King of Swords. The King of Swords feels like the energy that set you straight or helped you see the light, helped you have a clearer understanding. This is the one that wants to come out. The Sage in reverse. I've gotten this card a lot, and this is a brand new deck. Dreams of Gaia, Tarot, Ravynne, Phelan, and I'm reading from the book because I'm not familiar with them. I have gotten this card before, and it is significant, and it pertains to this reading. So I want to read from the book so you get the actual meaning, and I will hold the card up in the upright position just so you can look at the image while I read it. There's a lot of in-depth meanings, and this is all the Sage right here. Past, present, future, upright position, potential blockage. This is reverse potential blockage. So here's what it says. There is, however, a flip side to the Sage. He can be just a little absent-minded and also appear to be self-absorbed. He loves to speak so much that sometimes he fails to listen. Is this you? As well-intentioned as you might be in sharing your knowledge, could there be a chance that you are not listening to something that you really need to hear? The Sage reversed is also symbolic of a smooth talker with the gift of gab. He can at times say what he knows people want to hear as opposed to what needs to be said. He represents someone who is a bit of a Pied Piper. Watch out for this person in your life because they can be quite manipulative, and you could find yourself wandering off your own path and following theirs instead. In the reverse position, the Sage is also somebody who hates being wrong. He prides himself in offering accurate information, so if he has been misled and then makes the mistake of offering inaccurate information, the Sage can be quite defensive. He will resent being questioned, challenged, or criticized. Instead of apologizing, he may become argumentative and do everything to convince others that he is correct, because he is too proud to admit that he could be wrong, or that an offered alternative point of view could also be correct. He can also be a little haughty and arrogant if people question his knowledge or offer a differing opinion. He takes such pride in being correct that when an alternate perspective or contradictory theory is offered, he can become I'm going to skip that word, and bombastic. For a very open-minded and questioning person, there are times when the sage can be exceptionally closed-minded and dogmatic. He likes to be right, sometimes for all the wrong reasons. When the sage appears reversed, he cautions against arrogance and prideful behavior in the face of criticism. You do not always have to be right, nor do you have to win every argument. Sometimes it is far easier and reflects better upon you to admit to you your facts or perspective might be a little skewed. Do not fall into the trap of embellishing and twisting information so that you can be seen in a positive light. Two wrongs do not make a right. Dare I say, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that maybe you were led astray, perhaps by this Queen of Wands. Maybe any of these characters, maybe all of the above, but something in this tells me that you were led down the wrong path because you were listening to the wrong people who maybe sounded like they knew what they were talking about or had your best interest in mind, and that wasn't the case at all. Okay, Libra, I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that that was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. I hope that you gained some clarity or some confirmation on your feelings regarding the situation. I wish you all the best. I hope the rest of your October is fabulous, and I hope that I see you again soon. Bye.